Okay, let's get started with the latest update on the winter weather we're facing over the next several days. First, the overview. We're looking at a very cold air mass plunging into southeast Texas over the next few days. Really the coldest of the year surges in as we get into Sunday night and Monday, with Monday night, Tuesday morning being our coldest period of time. We are looking at a prolonged period of well below freezing temps for most locations, especially inland, but we'll be well below freezing all the way down to the coast. And this will break many records as we go through the week. We are looking at a period of snow, sleet, and or freezing rain, especially Sunday night and Monday. Probably the peak of the event will be Monday morning. Before then, we will have periods of light precipitation, which could be freezing rain or freezing drizzle in the northwest counties as temperatures hover right around freezing in those areas. And we have even seen some light icing up there today, and we'll talk about that in a moment. There still is some uncertainty in exactly how cold it's going to get, the actual details and how much and what types of precipitation we will have. We're going to try to pin down the precipitation type and amount as we get closer to the event, still 4 days out, but we'll start to get more quantitative going forward. But we are pretty confident, though, we're looking at this extreme cold and a period of winter weather, both of which could have significant impacts. In fact, travel Sunday night through Tuesday will likely be hazardous with the icy road conditions. We are concerned about pipes freezing, bursting with damaged infrastructure. And then there is a concern if we do get a fair amount of freezing rain, that in combination with the wind and the high power demand could lead to some power outages. So this really does look like a significant winter event for us. Here's a look at the current conditions, and you can see most places right now from Houston north and west are in the 30s. We actually have some values up near Caldwell and up near Madisonville, for example, that are at or below freezing. And we have had some reports of some light icing in western Burleson County. There is a winter weather advisory there now for these conditions. And as you go further north and west from there, there's some fairly steady light freezing rain occurring. So really some icing ongoing now as you get north and west of the area especially. This light wintry precipitation will likely occur in those northwest counties off and on, whether it's drizzle or patchy light rain. Will likely continue through the weekend. So this is kind of the pregame, if you will. And then we have that heavier, more widespread period of winter weather Sunday night and Monday. Here's a look at the state map for the watches, warnings, and advisories. And you can see quite a variety there. For a handful of our northwest counties, we're included in that winter weather advisory for mainly the light freezing rain and some sleet. As you get just a little further west, a winter storm warning for more significant icing. So if anyone was traveling, say, from Houston to Austin, they're going to run into even more serious conditions as you get further west. And this is current. This is what's going on right now. As we go through the next 3 or 4 days, you'll see this watch warning map kind of fill in. We would likely issue some watches perhaps Saturday, if not even a little earlier than that, for the main event Sunday night and Monday. Just a close-up view of those 3 counties that are in the current advisory for that light wintry mix that's going on there now. And it says here until 7 p.m. The ops folks have told me they're going to extend that to at least 10 p.m. So those conditions will likely continue this evening. Let's look now at the minimum forecast temperatures for the mornings starting on Sunday. So Sunday is going to be near or below freezing for a lot of areas, especially from Houston north and west. So we'll have the sub-freezing air into the area. The coastal areas probably just a little bit above freezing at this time, but not the extreme cold we're expecting later on. When you get into Monday morning, you can see now we're in the teens for the Bryan College Station area, in the 20s for greater Houston, and right around freezing at the coast. And then look at this Tuesday morning. We're looking at lows in the single digits now. This will be the coldest of the mornings that we're facing. Single digits for Bryan College Station and areas northwest up to Crockett as well. Really the sort of 10 to 15 degrees in an area that includes Houston up through Conroe and areas north and west. And then in the teens all the way down to the coast. Galveston Island proper, perhaps around 20 degrees. So just really exceptional cold, record-breaking cold is on tap, we think, for Tuesday morning. And remember, we will have just gone through a period of winter precipitation. So some of these areas will likely have snow cover and icy conditions Tuesday morning. No melting going on. Throughout the day Tuesday, it's going to stay below freezing. And then Wednesday morning, the latest forecast has a little bit of, let's call it milder conditions, still cold, but at least above freezing the way it looks now Wednesday morning for areas south of I-10. Areas north of I-10, though, really dropping back well below freezing again, down into the lower to mid-20s. So that's the look at that period of time from Sunday through Wednesday. There is a link I really want to make you all familiar with. This link featured up here, weather.gov/forecast points. What you can do on that is you can click on the map at your area of interest and create some of the charts and time series that I'm showing here. So after the call, go ahead and pick your location. You can then create a bookmark for that spot, and you'll be able to see the latest forecast from the Weather Service as it changes with time. So I've grabbed a few points here from the area. First, Bryan College Station. You can see the tabular data there. High temperature today, 36. It looks like we're struggling to get there. We're right just above freezing. Actually, I think we're pretty close to that now. And then you can see the low temperature progression here. Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and then Tuesday morning being the coldest. Wind chills below zero for that period of time, Monday and Tuesday. And you can go through and look at the other parameters like chances of precipitation, 80% today, and then 70% on Monday. So it's a good quick look at the forecast ahead for any point. And like I say, I encourage all of you to get familiar with this website, create that link for your point, create a bookmark, and then you're good to go. I also like this hourly graph of temperature, and this really tells the story here. We're hovering around freezing really right through the weekend. And then once we get into Sunday night with some snow, sleet, and freezing rain coming in, we drop below freezing. And then after the low pulls to the east, that's going to draw in a lot of extremely cold air. So temperatures really dropping as we go through Monday into Monday night, likely down to single digits. Now, there is some model guidance that's even colder than this. Some is a little bit warmer than this. So the exact values are still a little uncertain, but point is just extreme cold for this area. And then as we go through Tuesday, not rising above freezing, really not until Wednesday. And when you look at this type of time series, you can infer a 60-hour period of some sub-freezing temperatures from Sunday evening through Wednesday morning. Houston, Harris County, a similar sequence here, although we're just a bit warmer, so we're not dealing with any freezing precipitation just yet, just more light rain, a kind of a cold rain that we're dealing with today. And again, these forecast temperatures may change. It's showing highs up in the 40s, but that may be adjusted down. And then, as I said, as we go through the weekend, we drop to freezing Sunday night, and then by Monday morning, we're looking at lows in the teens, most likely. Tuesday morning, lows in the lower teens, perhaps. See the wind chills there in the single digits, and the high precipitation on that period Monday. So this fits in with kind of what we've been describing. And then you can see the temperature sequence there kind of drifting downward toward freezing, and then the steep drop from Sunday to Monday night down into the lower to middle teens. The forecast here has a recovery by Wednesday. But again, this part of the forecast is a little bit uncertain. It may even be a bit optimistic. It just depends on, for example, if we get snow fall from this system. And then finally, Galveston. Let's just focus on the time series here. Starting a bit warmer, being near the water, so above freezing, likely until we get into Sunday night and Monday. And again, these hourly graphs may be revised, but even on the island, it looks like we'll get down into the lower 20s, maybe around 20 by Tuesday morning. Precipitation type, this is kind of a snapshot from a couple different models, the European and the GFS model, but two of our better ones. And the shading here, it shows what the situation may look like around 7 a.m. on Monday. This is when the peak rates are occurring. And notice it's got quite a bit of, the European has quite a bit of snow in our northwest counties at this time, more of a wintry mix in the GFS. But both models bring ice, including freezing rain, all the way down into the coastal counties. Freezing rain would have the greatest impact if we do get that. We could get that ice accretion. And if you look at the pressure gradient here with a low forming offshore, there's going to be a fair amount of wind as well. So that's why we mentioned in the overview, there is a concern about power outages. Exact amounts of freezing rain and snow, we don't have a handle on that yet, but look for that in the briefings in the days ahead. Like I say, there's limited guidance on how much snow will fall. This is from the Weather Prediction Center, giving us an idea of what areas have the highest chance of getting 2 inches or more of snow and sleet, basically. So it's got Houston in a 10 to 30% zone there. And as you get to the areas north and west, as you might expect, there's more of a 30 to 50% chance of getting that, more significant accumulating snow. But this map doesn't say anything about freezing rain, and as I said, that's probably one of our bigger concerns for the area. If we do get a band of freezing rain, that can have a tremendous impact on us. Finally, marine hazards. This is a coastal low, sort of analogous to a nor'easter on the East Coast. So we have a low pressure deepening right off the Texas coast. And look at these wind gusts when sampling a point just offshore. 40 to 50 knots of northerly winds as the low passes by. So there is the potential, certainly for small craft, well into next week, and there could be a period of gale warning type conditions, especially you notice in this peak period of late Sunday night and Monday morning. So those strong northerly winds are what is going to be bringing down this Arctic air and over the relatively warm waters. So just a very, very stormy period for the marine area as well, especially Sunday night and Monday morning. And as I said, the winds, the freezing rain, the demands on power, those all lead to some concern about the power outages, for example. And of course, those low temperatures, as we discussed, will burst pipes most likely. There'll be some issues with water mains, some damage to infrastructure. If we do get down to single digits in the Northwest and teens around the greater Houston area, perhaps all the way to the coast, maybe near 20. As we know in this area with exposed pipes, certainly, they're going to burst. So, at this point, we want to do everything we can to insulate those exposed pipes, drain off any kind of water. And again, the extreme temperatures not really until Monday night and Tuesday, but certainly plenty cold before then, especially Sunday night. Any snow and ice that we do get, and like I say, we'll try to come up with more quantitative estimates on how much of each as we go forward. Any accumulation is going to stick around because unlike many winter events we get around here, it's not going to warm up immediately. In fact, we're going to have very cold conditions Tuesday into Wednesday, so would expect those slick spots and icy conditions to continue through that, certainly Sunday night through Tuesday night, I would say. And just a little bullet at the end, another storm next Wednesday or Thursday. There's some hints in one of the models of more wintry precipitation with the next low that comes by middle of next week. The European model quite a bit warmer, so wouldn't worry too much about that one for now. We have this really significant event facing us, but just to put out there is a possibility of even more wintry weather, especially our northern counties as we get into the middle of next week. And then this is from our Marine Focal Point. He found this article, and it just goes to show with these kind of record freeze type events, there are other impacts that I wasn't aware of. There was apparently a big fish kill in the area back in the 1980s from significant freezes. So, there may be impacts that we haven't thought of given how unusual this cold air outbreak is for us. So going forward, we will have daily weather briefings through the weekend. We'll be scheduling these for 1 p.m. each day, Friday through Sunday. There are the links there that I would refer you to, our website, our social media, and also get familiar with those two links there where you can get the latest forecast information either by a time series, a table, or a plot, a map. Those are two good links to follow along.